What up, what up, what up, what up? It's me, L Teddy 27.
Good as night, right about the hood.
Oh, dear God, I'm already eating a drink.
Look a damn mess, just a damn mess. No means no, and yes means no. What up, what up, what up? What's good, people? What is up? What's up? It's me, L Teddy 27. I'm back for another review. Thank you all for clicking the link, watching this video, coming back to my channel. I'm here for another review. This is going to be my review for Real Life and Philanthropy. This is season 1. It is episode 6. It is entitled, How Do We Subscribe to Your OnlyFans? Before we get started, what are we doing? We're drinking on some more of our crayon mango ocean spray. Patented metal straw intact. We also, y'all know I'm always snacking. Y'all know me. I'm always snacking. Y'all always pick on me. But to deal with these girls, we have nuts. Nuts, and more nuts. Planters, honey roasted peanuts to be exact. But you gotta have nuts. Some nuts and balls are lacking around here. So we needed some God. Just gonna take it straight to the head. What's up, y'all? Let's talk about what we saw. As I'm being rude and talking while I'm eating. Anyway, so nothing really happened this episode. Nothing. And production. Y'all did meet the cast last week and introduce characters who we had already seen in 5 episodes, but then decided to spring on us new cast members because you had fired some of the old ones. Now I heard that Xavier was fired. Y'all took him off the opening credits. But is Apollo fired now too? Is Tristan fired now too? Like, I'm trying to figure out. Y'all need to get y'all shit together. Y'all knew where y'all was. Y'all knew y'all was working with the girls down here in Atlanta. They're flaky. They're flighty. The hoes are not wrapped tightly. They're not cognitively sound. They're not good on making appointments. They're not good on keeping appointments. You knew what you was working with when you hired these girls, and now you all of a sudden firing people left and right. You know they're going to be shady. You know they're going to go all over Al Gore's good internet, saying everything good, bad, and in between about your show. And you and your feelings, girl, get your life. Anyway, I didn't even choose to review that mess that Meet the Cast member, because it was a mess. Anyway, I'm gonna try to not feel some kind of way about the new people and try to give them a clean slate. But you make it hard when you introduce them 6 episodes in, and now you want me to try and, whatever. You want me to chum up to these people, and I can. Anyway, let's get to the episode. Jerome is out giving tennis lessons to Gerald. Now let's be clear. This is a concocted scene by production or Jerome to try and have a storyline and sell to us that he's really out here doing tennis lessons. Girl, it was in the middle of COVID. Wasn't nobody out there doing nobody's goddamn tennis fucking lessons. You talked about how Malik was making money. Girl, how are you making money? Because you claim you quit your job. How are you making money? It ain't from this show. So, girl, what are you doing to produce coins? It ain't from no tennis lessons, because people were out there doing tennis lessons in the middle of fucking COVID. Come on now. I need answers. Make it make sense. Make the shit make sense. Girl, you might want to invest in your own OnlyFans, Jerome. But I would venture to guess that you don't do that because, the people don't really see it for OnlyFans, where the person that we're watching is just the bottom. We don't see it for those kind of OnlyFans. If you're gonna make an OnlyFans, you need to be at least versed where you slinging some dick, around here and there. And from the looks of it, the people say you ain't got too much dick to sling around, honey. So I don't know. I ain't never seen your opinion. I don't know anything about it, but that's just what the people told me. You can refute that if you want. I don't even know if you watch these videos, but honey. Anyway, he out there having this fake tennis lesson with Gerald. And let me tell you how I know this is fake, because any real tennis instructor this seemed to be like a first lesson or something like that, because you didn't even teach him the proper grip for it. Now, I play tennis myself, okay? You didn't even teach him the proper grip or in how to hold the tennis racket, okay? And so what I mean by that is, you telling him to hit the ball hard, you look at how he's holding the racket and how he's gripping the racket. You're not even teaching him, first, the proper grip, secondly, how to hold the racket with his hand and his arm and positioning, so that when he hits the ball, and you can't say hit the ball doesn't go straight up in the air. That's the first lesson you learn at any tennis, from any tennis instructor. How to hold the racket, how to properly place your grip, and then how to hold the racket in your hand and your arm, racket placement, and how to get the racket back. That's always the first lesson in tennis. Get your racket back. Get your racket back. Why am I a better tennis instructor than you? But you out here making coins. Girl, get your damn life. Anyway, whatever. This was concocted. So Malik rolled up on them. Jerome says it was not planned. We know that ain't true because the cameras was there, so we know this was all planned. Anyway, Malik came out there and we were bombarded with this. Malik, girl, Malik, what do you have on? What do you have on? What is that? What the fuck is that? Like, I have there are no words I have to describe this outfit, Malik. Love you down. Malik, I can't describe this outfit. I have no words. There are no, and I teach English. There are no words in the English language that can describe what the fuck this outfit is. Let me get that off my screen. Anyway, Jerome sits down with Malik and they talk. He says he doesn't want Malik to think that he's always siding with Gerald and that he's a Gerald apologist. And him and Gerald are the Wonder Twins. Wonder Twin powers activate. Shape of fuck shit. Form of a piece of shit. I mean, those ain't shit. Okay? Those are the Wonder Twins. Anyway, but he tried to, tell Malik that that's not the case. Then they go back and forth all about how, about things that Gerald apparently had said, and how it was or was not below the belt. They talked about Malik's HIV status and Malik's OnlyFans page and this, that, and the third, and how Malik felt like it was below the belt. Gerald was like, well, it was already out there. It was kind of stupid at that point. Gerald then was waiting right next to production for his moment to come on camera, because we know how this goes. He was waiting for his moment to come on camera. So production said, okay, girl, go on in there now. Now's the time. Gerald going over there and goes and starts talking to Malik. Now, Gerald says that Gerald says he thought Malik said it was supposed to be on site. Like, he came there and said, oh, bitch, you said it was on site. When you see me, it's on site. It's on site. Girl. Gerald, girl. I say all the time, real girls do real things. If a bitch tell you on site, you don't wait for them to roll up on you. You roll up on them first. If they told you it was on site, you don't give them that opportunity. Real girls do real things. If a bitch told you it's on site, as soon as you see them, you pop that hole first. You don't even give them to prove whether or not it is or is not on site. Because, girl, you're going to get fucked up. Then, girl, you talking all this stuff, walking around, talking this, that, that. We'll get to that. We'll get to Malik and his fuck shit. Not Malik, to Gerald and his fuck shit later. Because Gerald, girl, I don't buy you at all, honey. Anyway. And then there was this back and forth. Jerome is in the middle. Gerald's over here sitting on this, whatever he was sitting on. Malik is at the table with Jerome. It was very unhealthy body language. Nobody was listening. If I'm really supposed to believe that this was a real conversation, the body language was very unhealthy and toxic. Gerald's body language was toxic. Even Jerome to a certain degree, because if you're having a conversation with somebody and you have the way Jerome's body language was, the lower half of his body was facing this way, the top half of his body was facing this way. And I know I probably shouldn't be paying attention to little things like that, but little nuances like body language means a lot. Gerald is completely over here, not even looking at Malik. And so my point is this. You make it seem like you're disingenuous when you have that type of body language says to somebody, you're really not here for this conversation. You're really not entertaining me. You're really not listening to me. And that, by every stretch of the imagination, is what was happening. Malik wasn't listening to Jerome and Gerald. Gerald wasn't listening to Malik. Jerome wasn't listening. None of them were listening to each other. Everybody was fighting for their opportunity to talk and plead their case. Nobody was listening to anybody, which is a very toxic conversation, which is the mechanism by which nothing takes place. Anyway, Jerome then says to Malik that his friend, your friend, Jamie, is out here in these streets talking about you real bad, and you need to know. Now, I think that even if Jerome felt like he was coming from a good place, we don't buy it. You are not a friend. You are not somebody who has ever come from a good place when you involve yourself with Malik. So even if that is the truth, you really was just doing and saying that just to get a rise out of Malik, make him angry, or get, under his skin. Pour salt in wounds and stuff like that. Malik and Gerald then start going back and forth again. And that's when Gerald get up and act like he about to start fighting and all this, that, and the third and stuff like that. Girl, Gerald, Gerald, girl, Gerald. I already told you real girls do real things. All this, let me put my whole man purse down and sit it comfortably on this thing. Girl, bitch, you really want to fight? You ain't got time for all that, honey. Girl, you sat there and literally waited for production to come and grab you off screen, okay? You waited. You literally, I'm sure your head, you was like, bitch, why is you taking so long to come grab me? Because if this whole Malik get up and start fighting me, I don't know what I'm gonna do because I can't fight. We know that's what was going on in your head. A mess. Just a fucking mess. Bitch, you can't fight, Gerald. I could tell. Because girls who can fight, they don't have all that back and forth. They don't have all that going on. Real girls do real things. When them girls want to fight, honey, baby, they lay hands. They take the anointing oil, spread it on their hands, honey, on their head, and get the windmill. Okay? 2 to the head, 3 to the body. If you wanted to fight her, girl, you would have already drugged her. Not then you and your confessionals talk about, I had to show restraint. Girl, I wasn't nobody's restraint. No. Try again, honey. Try again. We ain't buying it, honey. We are not buying it. You are a mess, Gerald. You a whole ass mess. Anyway, but then Malik, let me tell you something, Malik. You got in this confessional, Malik, and you started saying, oh, well, what Gerald was doing was below the belt, and I can't believe he talked about my status and my OnlyFans page and putting all this stuff about him, and I could put all kind of stuff about on him and go below the belt. And then proceeded to list this grocery list of things that you could have said about him that would have been below the belt. So aren't you two going below the belt? Talking about how you could go below the belt, but you didn't. But by saying all of these things in the confessional, aren't you then going below the belt? I'm just saying, y'all make it make sense for me. You're doing the same thing you accuse him of doing. Help me out, y'all. Gerald and Jerome then, I don't know who out. They was at one of their houses, either Jerome or Gerald house. And Jerome went and subscribed to Gerald's OnlyFans. Jerome went and subscribed to Malik's OnlyFans because he claimed that he just wanted to, support black business. We'll get there in a second. Then there was Gerald going on this whole tirade about, ain't no condom. I don't see no condoms. Hello, idiots. Hello, imbeciles. In 2021, you do understand that there are ways and mechanisms by which people who have HIV can have unprotected sex without transmitting it to someone. You do understand that it's a real thing in 2021. You understand that, right? Because I don't see, for all of this checking of OnlyFans page, did y'all go and try and dox Malik and check his CD4 count to see whether or not he was, or his viral load to see whether or not he was undetectable, which means that he's not passing it on to someone? Because in that case, technically the other person would be more harm to Malik than Malik would be to them. Or whether or not the person he was with perhaps was on PrEP or something like that and knew that there was not, and which would thwart the possibility of transmitting the disease to that person. Like, that can't really happen. I'm just shocked, because you people sound like the dumbest people on earth, Gerald and Malik. Like, where the fuck they make you people at? Y'all make this shit make sense, because I don't even understand, this is 2021, not 1991 or 1981. You do realize that, right? Listen, I believe categorically These hoes subscribed to the OnlyFans page because they wanted to see Malik's dick. We saw when he was at that park. What episode was that? 2 or 3 or whatever episode that was. And they was all fawning over Malik's meat. Y'all wanted to see it then. And so now y'all have the chance. Now that y'all know about this OnlyFans page, y'all wanted to go and see it anyway. Let me tell y'all what I think this is. Now this is a conspiracy theory, but go with me here. Do y'all see the cognitive dissonance and the real issues that Malik and Gerald are having with each other? I'm gonna tell you what happened. This is alleged. I don't know this to be true, but go with me on this. The way these hoes are going at each other, they are going at each other like bitches who done fucked before. Malik, you were invited into that young man's house. Gerald, why did you invite Malik into your house? Is it because you and Malik had a whole ass bust down? Malik went in there and blew your back out or tried to. See, y'all seem like y'all mad at each other for different reasons. Y'all went in there to have a whole bust down situation. Malik rolled in there and said, this bitch got a fucking air mattress. Got me fucking on air mattresses. Malik then looked at you and saw that you wasn't his cup of tea and wasn't his type. And then maybe his stuff couldn't get hard, which made you upset because you was ready to get your back blown out. And you was like, I know the fuck you lying. You can't even get your dick hard. Or did it really go down and Malik got mad because you painted him or something? And now you embarrassed and you want to embarrass Malik before he embarrasses you and let the people know that your name is Rembrandt and you around here painting the kids all over the place. Like, I feel like it was a bust down involved in one or both of them got mad about parts of that bust down. And so now they just reading and shitting each other for no apparent reason. I don't know. Am I wrong? Is this conspiracy theory wrong? Because, I don't know. But you did know a whole lot about his apartment, Malik. And Jerry, you seem real invested in Malik's OnlyFans. You seem real invested in everything Malik got going on and everybody that Malik sticks his peen in. You really would. Baby, the way Gerald focused in on that good picture, he was like this. Making sure he got a close-up on that dick, honey. Gerald, just tell him to shove it in you or shove it down your throat again. And maybe he will. But the way you're going at it, Gerald, it's not going to work out. Anyway. One of two things happened. Either Malik couldn't keep the dick hard or Gerald painted him. And now they mad at each other perpetually. And they're not going to get over it. Anyway. So then all of a sudden they spring 2 new cast members on us. The 2 new cast members from out of fucking nowhere. I want to care about them. I want to be vested in them, but y'all waited too long to bring them in. Some Carrie and Roshane or row your boat gently down the street. I don't know. I don't give a fuck. I was bothered by this weave that this girl had in that was rainbow bright, inspired with every color in the rainbow. That shit was, I know we are down here at the Rainbow Coalition compounds, but girl, that rainbow, I mean, it wasn't even rainbow. It was just like random colors, like a green here, a blue there, a brown here. Like this shit was, and then she had this little hair. I couldn't. It was a mess. I can't be bothered with them. Something about a cash trip to New Orleans that we ain't heard about. None of the cast members done talked about, but all of a sudden this new cast member bringing up a cash trip to New Orleans that nobody has talked about. We don't even know nothing about. Make it make sense. Malik is there at home, supposedly, according to Jerome, having a housewarming party. Then we come to find out it ain't no housewarming party. Malik and his roommate getting thrown out the house. They got 30 days. They getting thrown out the house. And so they got to find somewhere to stay. And so he had a little party at his house. But I noticed Jerome decided, I'm going to roll up on this party. I'm going to crash the party. And I'm going to just roll up on this whole. Girl, you look like Boo Boo the Fool, Jerome, because it wasn't a goddamn person there. The party had already happened and had already ended. Girl, you came way too late. The girls do not see it for you, Jerome. Girl, you thought you was rolling up on something? Nah, Jerome. You got nothing for it. 0. But let me say this. He started questioning Malik about why he and Gerald, but him specifically, wasn't invited to the party. Hey, bitch, why you wasn't invited? Because a bitch who won't see it for me and a bitch who I don't see it for is not coming in my house for no housewarming. Bitch, there's nothing warming about you. I don't want your stinking ass in my house. You already told me you don't see it for me. You already told me you don't like me. And you think I'm going to invite you to my house? Girl, I be done tore up my own goddamn house, fucking your ass up in my house. If you come out your mouth sideways at me in my house, bitch, I'll fuck up my own house. And I don't feel like fucking up my house today. Fucking off with you. So why you think you gonna get an invite to this man's party at his house? I wouldn't invite you either. Girl, who the fuck is inviting people that don't see it for them and they don't see it for their house? For anything. Girl, y'all some dumb, you hoes are real stupid. Y'all some dumb bitches, I swear. Make it make sense. Malik, let me say this to you, Malik. Malik, you were giving Jerome way too much ammo. You telling him way too many intimate details of your life and what you got going on, this, that, and the third, only to know and just really understand that all he's going to do is go over and tell everything he just found out to Gerald. As soon as he walk out the door, he's going to dial his phone. Gerald, girl, I was at Malik's little house or whatever, girl. You know they getting kicked out, girl. They got evicted. They got 30 days, girl. Girl, you wait till we get to the group the next time and we read that girl about getting evicted. Remember how she tried to read you about your air mattress? Girl, that bitch ain't even got nowhere to stay. That's why she ain't had no housewarming party. You know that's what he doing. Girl. Malik meets up with his friend Terrell, who's a straight man. They grew up together in Birmingham. I guess he lives out in LA now. They caught up on old times or whatever. Anybody notice how Malik always look high in his confessionals? Like when he's in the scenes, he'll be bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. His eyes will be open real nice and bright. That bitch get in the confessional and the eyes are real low and slumped down and he's talking real low. And he just always seemed real high in his confessionals. Anyway, he started talking about his mama. He started crying and this, that, and the third. You know, I don't want to take that away from nobody because I know that is a horrific experience when you deal with the death of your mom. So we'll let you have your tears. You know, I'm not one for the tears. I don't get into all the crying and tears and carrying on. So I let people have their moment and keep it moving. Then we had the new cast member, Roshane, roll your boat gently down the stream. Again, I say that's going to be his name. Roll your boat. She looks to be a big girl. One time for the big girls. I mean, she ain't big, but she big. Anyway, she did an interview with Mr. Ray, which looks like, now I will give her that. It looked like it was a great interview that she had with Miss Ray. It looked like a phenomenal interview that she had. So I was glad to see that. And then it went off from there. Y'all know I'm only standing this for the OnlyFans talk. After they finish talking about the OnlyFans, I don't know how much longer I got to be reviewing this. I'm trying. I don't even see none of my other fellow reviewer friends reviewing the show. Am I by myself? Am I the only one reviewing this? Whatever. That's all I got for y'all. I'm LTeddy27. Thank y'all for being here. Until next time, that's all I got. Thank y'all for coming. Y'all drive safely. I'm out.